You can afford to invest before it's too late. Let's do this. Hello everyone, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 here, and it's great to have you at my channel. This is a very, very valuable topic I want to talk about. So many people look at the price of Bitcoin currently right now at just a hair under $31,000, and they're like, well, geez, I can't invest in that. I don't have that type of money. Or maybe they look at Ethereum. You've heard about Ethereum, right? Well, Ethereum's hovering just a little bit under $1,900. Again, do I have that kind of money? What if you're living paycheck to paycheck? I want to talk you through and explain to you how you have extra money, how you can do this, and how you can succeed, no matter if you live paycheck to paycheck. If you have a 9-to-5 job, maybe you hate your life, you hate your direction, things are going. You know, I always tell people, when you wake up in the morning and your feet hit the floor, do you feel you have purpose in life? Do you feel you're leaving a legacy behind, or at least working towards leaving a legacy behind? And even if maybe that's not important to you, in my humble opinion, it should be. But let's just say it's not. Don't you need money to live? Money's not a bad thing. Money's a tool. I once heard someone say this, and it just stuck with me like glue. If money was such a bad thing, they wouldn't ask for it in church, right? Think about it for a second. Money's a tool. If you are a good person before you get a lot of money, you're going to stay a good person after you have money. Vice versa, if you're stingy and not good with money or not wanting to help people, you're going to be the same way when you have money. Again, it's simply a tool. Now, if you were to ask me, what's the most valuable thing in life? A lot of people would say, hey, you're probably going to say Bitcoin. Everyone knows I love Bitcoin. Bitcoin's one of my favorite things. Definitely check out my video on why you need Bitcoin and why you need it now. But I digress. The most valuable thing is time. Why? Because we can't get any more of it back. Doesn't matter how wealthy you are. None of that stuff matters when it comes to time. Time also plays a critical role in your investing. Now, you have to understand, you may have heard the model or not of, if you invest in your 20s, you can put a tiny amount of money away and it'll grow and multiply and continue to compound in what's called compound interest, which is pretty much what Warren Buffett did to get to where he's at, plus obviously a lot of other things. But the generic principle was compounded interest. Now with Bitcoin and crypto, but particularly Bitcoin, remember, Bitcoin is separate from crypto. That's always important to remember. But Bitcoin in particular, this is something you should have. Okay, let me explain to you how you can get some. You need to change your mindset. It's so important. Hey guys, I'd like to take a pause in the action and ask you a huge favor. If you're gaining value from this video, which is my #1 goal, then please be so kind as to hit that like button. That'll help the YouTube algorithm get this video out to people who really need to see it. And also, if you could subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing. And please don't forget to hit the bell icon. That way you'll be notified of my next and latest videos. Now, back to the action. I'm speaking to anyone out there who's hurting in life, struggling to pay their bills. Would you not want extra money? Or better than that, would you not want some security? People work for retirement, 401ks, Roth IRAs. Yeah, those are fine. We'll eventually get into that stuff. I'll make videos on that and unfortunately just debunk how you're pretty much losing your money, or at best, you're keeping status quo. As Michael Saylor says, you're just treading water. Truer words could not be said. When you factor in inflation and you factor in what you're making and you look at it over a couple of generations, at best, you're breaking even. And we're going to jump into that in a second. But I want you to stay with me first. I need to work on your mind. You have to understand and look at things differently, because there is obviously money that you have that you're wasting in some small aspect of your life. Maybe stop buying that cup of coffee at Starbucks once a week, or stop buying a candy bar when you stop at the gas station. Just little stuff. But you might be like, oh, Rinzi, if I stop buying a cup of coffee, how am I going to buy a $31,000 Bitcoin? Okay. First of all, you need to understand, and I know most of you are new to my channel, and my main goal is to teach. And I want to teach at the superficial, basic level. And then we can get as high and advanced as you would like. But I always want to remember, speaking to the basic, very, very important. We don't want to lose anyone here. You'll see on my website, what do I say in the About Me section? Bitcoin and crypto is not going to take off until your grandmother, or I should say my grandmother next door, can buy Bitcoin. Right? You can buy any amount of Bitcoin you'd like. You can buy $1. You can buy $5. You can buy that cup of coffee worth. You can buy $100. Whatever fits into your budget. There's something called DCA, which stands for dollar cost average. So what I would do, what I would recommend, what I personally do, set aside a certain amount of money each week, or you can do it each month, depending on your situation, depending on if you're at the point where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, depending on if you're at the point where you're ready for your feet to hit the floor in the morning and mean something. Maybe you're ready to have purpose in life. Maybe you're like, you know what? I was dealt some bad cards in life, but I don't have to stay down. You have to use your energy in the right way, because if you don't, your energy is going to use you. And that's a fact. So you want a dollar cost average in. Even if you just, let's say, whatever it is, $10. Heck, we'll do $10 a month. $10 a month. I think almost every single person watching this channel right now, at least in the United States, can do $10 a month, right? For yourself. For yourself. If you're in another country, again, whatever it is, $1, whatever you could muster up. We'll talk about this on how to do it. But basically, you're going to want to, each week or whichever time denomination you want to do, you want to forget about what the price is. I don't care if Bitcoin's $100,000, $1 million. And yes, we are heading there. Don't look at the price. Look at what you're purchasing. Remember, Bitcoin is non-inflationary, which means 1 Bitcoin is always going to equal 1 Bitcoin, unlike our fiat money, which is complete garbage. So how nice would it be to own something that's truly tangible, something that's immutable, which means it's unchangeable. Whatever amount you buy, you have that amount, and it stays at that amount of worth. And what I mean by that is it's not going to depreciate. Oh, you're going to gain the increase in value as Bitcoin's price rises, but you're not going to lose any of it through inflation. Super, super, super important to understand what I'm saying here. Super important. So each month, go to whichever brokerage account you like. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about or you need a basis on how to start, simply head over to my website, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. Top right corner, huge button, freedom starts here. You can't miss it. Click on that. I have a step-by-step process on how to do this, on at least how to protect yourself. You're going to want to get a special wallet. And then as far as an on-ramp, that's what I'm talking about next. You're going to go to possibly Coinbase. You're going to find an on-ramp. I personally use Coinbase. I love Coinbase. They're doing an amazing job. Brian Armstrong is just an amazing individual. He's fighting the good fight for us. And I do believe he will eventually win the battle here. And again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just stay tuned to this channel as I bring you more and more news as far as what's going on in the crypto world. But again, I digress. So back to Coinbase. You're going to use an on-ramp. You're going to buy whatever it is. Maybe it's not Bitcoin. Maybe you're into Ethereum. Maybe you're into Cardano, Solana, whatever it may be. First, I want you to be happy. First, I want you to get acclimated to what we're doing. The more you watch my channel, the more you're going to understand maybe what you should be buying. But don't do it because I tell you. Do your own research. I'm here to help. I'm a teacher. Always remember that. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a teacher. This is supposed to be entertainment value. Yes, I've invested for numerous years. Yes, I've done extremely well for myself. But still, I'm a teacher. I felt now was the time to come in and start explaining to people and teaching people what I know. Because there is such a golden opportunity. It's better than a once in a lifetime. This is a once in a multi-generational opportunity, what's going on with Bitcoin. Again, I'm making a special video about that. Stay tuned for that. But DCA, dollar cost average in, every week, every 2 weeks, every month, whatever it is you want. It's that simple. You don't need $10,000 to start. You don't need $1 million to start. You don't have to do what you used to have to do in Wall Street or maybe stuff you heard about. You don't have to be an accredited investor. That's a bunch of garbage. I mean, you got to be kidding me. And again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, accredited investor, you have to make X amount of money a year. It's just all these silly loopholes you'd have to go through before maybe you could talk to a huge brokerage company to where they'll let you invest into something like a hedge fund. They just always trying to stop the average middle class or lower middle class. And that's not right. That's one of the main reasons I'm here. You don't have to stay where you at. It is not hard to become wealthy. It's not like it used to be. There was a saying in the 1920s called the fat cats. The fat cats were basically just this group of people that had all the wealth and all the money. And then there was everyone else. It's not like that anymore. Despite what maybe the media or the news is trying to tell you or portray, it's not like that. If you a decent person and you work hard and you provide for your family, you can do this. And when I say decent, what I mean is if you work and provide and have a job and make income, if you're trying to make a difference in this world, if you just have your hand out, sorry, that's not exactly what's working here. But if you're willing to do what you need to do in life to get ahead, you don't have to climb the corporate ladder anymore like you used to. You don't have to answer to bosses or maybe people that you feel, well, wow, my education dwarfs these people. Why am I beneath them? You don't have to deal with all that nonsense anymore. You really don't. It's up to you. So just please hear what I'm saying. Lean in heavy on this conversation because you can rewrite your script at any time. Any time you can rewrite your script. Clear your head, clear your mind, focus. Find whatever it is in life you want to cut out. Maybe you don't have to cut anything out, but you'll start to learn. When you see your wealth starting to grow, you might want to drop that cup of coffee. You might start realizing, hey, maybe I need to keep a ledger here. Maybe I need to, count for every expense I do. Because you know what? Like 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 said, that's more money I can put in Bitcoin. That's more money I can protect myself and my family for the future. So important, so important, so important. I hope you got a lot of value from this video. I really do. This is just the beginning, and I'm just so excited to be able to help you and speak with you. Until next time. And don't forget, don't just make it through the day. Own the day. I'll see you next time.